Hi, my name is Brooke and I'm the 42th Development Educator in Gibson County, and today we're going to talk a little bit about density. So density, as a formula, is the mass of an object divided by the volume of its container. In other words, it's determining how much an item weighs given its container or how much material exists in a given space. You can also think of this as how heavy something is. We all know everything is made of molecules. For example, regular water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen molecules. And the density of the water depends upon how close or how far apart these molecules are. If we start with a regular glass of tap water, the molecules are a certain distance apart. But what happens when we change from the characteristics of that water? What happens if we heat this up or cool it down? Well, when water gets heated, the molecules spread out, meaning that the molecules have a further distance between each other. When water cools down, there's a less distance required between each molecule. So to explain this, I have a little graph I'm going to show you, not a graph, a little chart I'm going to show you. So let's pretend that these are two glasses of water. I have cold water and I have warm water, and down here I've written the formula for density, which is mass over volume, that we can go over. So if this is my warm water and this is my cold water, we're going to look at what the molecules in these glasses would look like. I'm going to bend this up so you can see it. Okay, so in my cold water, we know that the molecules require less distance between each other, so we can go ahead and put my water molecules in my glass of cold water, and as you can see, they can be pretty close together. When we look at warm water, we know that more space is required between each molecule, so in a given volume, we have less molecules. So now if we go back to our formula of density being mass over volume, this is our given volume or our given container. We can look at the mass of the two glasses. So in the warm water, we have less molecules, meaning we will have less weight, meaning it has a lower mass. In the cold water, we have more molecules, meaning it has more weight and will have a higher mass. So that means that warm water is less dense than cold water. So that means warm water will actually float on top of cold water because it is less dense. Something else that can affect the density of water, other than temperature, is its salt content. So if you add salt, let's say we add salt to our cold water, you can see we're adding more mass, which means we're adding more weight, which means that the density is going to increase. So Sthele is going to talk to you a little bit about the impacts of salt and water and do a great experiment on saltwater density.
Hello again, welcome back. This is Sthele Graybar, Elkhart County 4-H educator, coming to you from Casa de Graybar here in Elkhart. Wanted to do a quick experiment that you can do at home. This is a science experiment. It's going to be talking about saltwater density, and we'll just get right into it. So what you're going to need is you're going to need warm water. I have it in a picture here, and then 2 glasses, transparent, so you can see what's going on. Salt, now that's all the salt I have. You need about 1/8 of a cup or more. So I can only do this once. So we're gonna see what happens together, because I don't have enough to do more than once. And then a couple things that you would like to see if they float or not. So I have some eggs, and then real small here, I have a screw and a quarter. But you could use ping pong balls, golf balls, anything that's not going to be, harmed in water. You could use a ring. Those are just some ideas, but I'm sure you'll come up with more. So the first step that I want to do is we're going to take the warm water and we're going to put it about 2/3 of the way full of our first cup here. A little bit more, maybe a little too much. But now, my question, I guess, for you, a viewer, is, let's say this quarter here, okay? Let's start with the quarter. I think that's the easiest one. When I put this in this cup of water, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna sink or is it gonna float? Well, if you've ever thrown a penny in a well or something like that, you already know the answer. Straight to the bottom, easy peasy. The next thing I have here is a screw, okay? It's a little bit small, a little bit lighter, right? What do you think? You think this will sink or float? I think it's gonna sink. Let's test it and find out. Yeah, right to the bottom, just like I thought. Lastly here, I have a real egg. Real egg. I'm not eating a lot of eggs right now. I should eat more. I have a ton, apparently. What do you think is going to happen to this? It's not as solid, right? I think it's going to go to the bottom still. Oh, you see? Didn't go straight to the bottom. A little different in the way it kind of fell in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill up the other glass 2/3 of the way. We're going to take our salt that we've already had measured out. This is important because I can't mess this up. This is important. We're going to put this in. And I want to mix it up. I want to mix it up real good because that salt's going to dissolve in the water and theoretically should make it more dense, right? Should make it more dense. So some of the things that sank already, I'm going to pour these out because we're going to get them again. Let's test this out. So now, let's start with the quarter again. You think the quarter is going to sink or float in our salt water here? I don't know, because I've not done it. Straight to the bottom. I thought that was going to be the case, because, you know, throw change in the ocean, it doesn't float, right? So, what about a screw? Think a screw is going to float? Nope. I thought that too. Last but not least, the egg, the same egg. This is the moment of truth. I almost want to put more salt just to make sure that I have enough. But we're going to see what happens. You maybe can't see it, but it's about halfway in the glass. It didn't go straight to the bottom. It's about halfway up. I thought it might float a little bit more, but it's definitely not at the bottom. So that shows you a little bit, an illustration of density, saltwater density. I think if I put more salt in there, that would have floated to the top. So if you have more salt at home, feel free to do that, but I might need it in the next couple months. So I'm going to keep what I have left. And that's really it. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll have more videos next week.